Well, I don't know. It looks like we had a little trouble going live. I hope you're with me. I'll have to go back and check it. For now, I'm just going to sort of carry on, and it looks like it is happening at this point. How you doing? My name is Dan. I heard a great phrase earlier today. I heard it on the radio, and I don't know who said this, so I wish I could give proper credit because it's a great, but I don't. So I apologize. I can't give proper credit. But here's what was said, and I just love this. The guy said, "Don't bury something that isn't dead yet. Don't bury something that isn't dead yet." And specifically the person was talking about goals or dreams or visions or some mission that you're pursuing. In a sense, it was another way of saying, I just think it was a better way of saying, don't give up on that vision just yet. Don't give up too easily. If there's some dream or goal that God has placed on your heart, even if you've hit an obstacle, which is probably pretty likely, even if pursuing it is getting kind of rough, it's getting difficult, even if you've been at it for a while and you're just getting tired, you're getting weary and you feel like giving up, don't let go. Don't let go too easily. You see, it's very possible that this dream or goal or however you would describe it, this vision is still alive. And again, that's what leads to this phrase that I like so much. Don't bury something that isn't dead yet. It's still alive. Don't, let's not bury this thing. Now, let's try to bring some fairness to all of this. It's true that there can come a time when it's just best to let something go. That's a reality too. Sometimes a vision or a goal or a mission, sometimes it's just not going to happen. We've been trying and it's not. Sometimes we're chasing something that's actually wasting our time or it's distracting us from better things. And so it's time to let it go. How do we know the difference? This is the question. I've talked about this with people from time to time. How do we know the difference between a dream that it's difficult and boy, it's pushing us to our limits, but we still need to pursue it. It's a dream that's not dead yet. How do we know the difference between that that living dream and one that really is dead? And hey, it's time to let it go. I will admit to you, this is not easy. Like I said a moment ago, I've had people come to my office and we've talked about that. This is not a simple, it's not a simple, like just plug a few questions into an equation and you can easily figure this out. This decision of when to let it go or when to keep going after it, this can be very challenging. Again, I've been with people and we've talked about this at length many, many times. How do we know the difference between the two? I don't believe there's any hard and fast rules, but let me give you a few thoughts here. First of all, you would expect me to say this, but I'm going to say it. Pray. Pray. Ask God to help you. Ask God to make it clear to you. He will do that. Ask God for his wisdom and his guidance regarding this matter. In the book of James, James chapter 1, verse 5, we are specifically told to ask God for wisdom. And it says in the text, and it will be given to us. Ask God. Second thing, if you're pursuing a dream or a goal and it's really becoming hurtful to like it's having a negative effect, particularly maybe even a long-term negative effect on the people in your life, the people that you love, that can be an indication that maybe perhaps it's time to let this go. This is tricky too. It's tricky because sometimes really difficult goals will be hard for us and they will be a little bit hard for the people in our lives as well. So again, there isn't a hard and fast rule on this. Let me give you a third thought. If you have perhaps God has laid a better goal, a better dream, a better objective on your heart, really that would replace the first one. That can be maybe an indication that it's time to let it go, time to let that first one go. There's something better that we need to be pursuing. But, we have to be careful here too, because sometimes the pursuit of a new goal is some new dream is really just a distraction. Sometimes it's like, we're chasing some shiny new thing because the pursuit of the original dream has just gotten really hard. We've hit a hard point, we've hit a bump in the road. And so it's just easier to now chase after something new. Again, I confess to you, this isn't easy. I wish there was, boy, do I wish there was like a scientific equation and you just plug these in and answer these questions, and that will help us determine in a perfectly objective way it's time to keep pursuing this dream, or no, 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 it's time now to let that thing go. But I don't think it works that way. Again, I would encourage you, pray. Ask God to lead, to guide, to ask God to bring clarity to the matter. Make it clear. Is it time to let go, or is it time to keep going after this? Ask God for help. Um, but that sort of brings me back around then to the beginning, kind of where we started. I think oftentimes the temptation for many of us is actually to give up a little too easily. That's the thing we have to guard against. Most really significant dreams are hard. That's why they're significant. They wouldn't if they wouldn't be called significant if they were just simple. They're hard, and a lot of times they take uh tremendous effort. They require a tremendous amount of our time. They will often tend to push us, like, push us to our limits. And so I think the great word of wisdom for us is guard against giving up too easily. Or, like the guy said on the radio this morning that I love so much, don't bury something that is not dead yet. That's just, I think, I think that's a great word.